Welcome to the desert of the real. It's funny, isn't it? The world spends all its time trying to sell you the idea that consciousness is some flowery garden of spiritual enlightenment. But they forgot to mention it's actually more like being the only sober coroner in a morgue full of people who swear they're still alive. You're not having an existential crisis, you're having a crisis of clarity. And in a world built on collective delusions, clarity is treated like a disease. They call it overthinking. I call it having a brain that functions way above the speed limit of mediocrity. Is it a burden? Maybe, but let's be honest, you wouldn't trade your front row seat to this chaos for a spot in their mental kindergarten if they paid you in gold bars. Let's talk biology. That inconvenient science that explains why you feel like an alien at family dinners. Your mirror neurons, those little empathy antennas, are supposed to make you vibrate at the same frequency as the herd. They laugh, you laugh. They cry, you cry. But in you, those antennas mutated into something elegant. Instead of reflecting others' emotions, they dissect them. When someone lets out that performative laugh just to validate a lame joke, you don't feel the joy. You smell the sweat of their desperation for acceptance. It's like seeing the Matrix code while everyone else is busy arguing if the virtual steak is salty enough. It's hard to connect when you can read the metadata of every polite lie coming out of their mouths. Picture this scene. A masquerade ball where the masks are made of flesh and the costumes are stitched together with threads of social approval. You're in the corner, holding a glass of pure cynicism, watching the confident leader, who is actually just 3 insecurities stacked inside an expensive suit. Look at the professional victim weaving her web of manipulation with the mastery of a black silk spider. To the others, this is social life. To you, it's a Baroque opera of the absurd, where the actors forgot they're on a stage. The gears, the ego grind with a deafening noise that only you can hear. It's magnificent and pathetic all at once. It's the aesthetics of human decline, served on a silver platter, and you're the only art critic in the room who hasn't been bribed by cheap optimism. The world demands synthesis, but you live in the antithesis. They want the peace of ignorance. You seek the war of truth. They crave the comfort of the sun. You've discovered that light only serves to reveal the dust on the furniture. There is an intellectual lust in embracing chaos while everyone else runs for the shelter of dogmatic certainties. It's like listening to a Bach sonata in the middle of a carpet bombing. The beauty isn't in the order, but in the violent contrast between the internal harmony and the external collapse. While the crowd screams hollow slogans to fill the void in their souls, you sit on the throne of your methodical doubt and enjoy the silence. They're afraid of the nothing. You turn the nothing into your personal laboratory. Ah, superstitions. How cute it is to see modern humans knocking on wood and checking their horoscopes to see if they should betray their own ethics today. They create plaster gods so they don't have to face the mirror. You watch these tribal rituals with the patience of someone watching a hamster on a wheel, convinced it's heading to Paris. You know the universe doesn't have a plan for anyone, which is the ultimate freedom. But try saying that at a dinner party and watch how you instantly become the Disney villain. The supreme irony is that they call your perception negativity, while they themselves live enslaved by fears of black cats and unlucky numbers. Who's the real prisoner here? Your mind is a Gothic cathedral built over a graveyard of illusions. Every thought is a gargoyle guarding the horizon, detecting hypocrisy from miles away. While the rest of the world settles for cardboard houses made of cheap entertainment and algorithm-driven validation, you inhabit hallways of cold marble and pure reason. It's a dark fantasy setting where truth is the dragon you don't want to kill but domesticate. Imagine the bells of consciousness tolling every time you spot a cognitive dissonance in a political speech or a white lie in a relationship. The sound is crystalline, sharp, like glass breaking in an empty ballroom. It's the soundtrack of your life, the sound of reality shattering before your eyes. Let's be real. Having this level of awareness is like being the only guy who knows the ship is sinking, but the band is so good you decide to stay for the violin solo. There's a perverse pleasure in watching your analytical mind's predictions come true. "I told you so" is a phrase you keep in your pocket like a loaded gun, but you rarely use it because the silence of you being right hurts them more than any words could. You see the woke person being more prejudiced than a 12th century inquisitor. You see the happiness coach drowning in a chemical depression he masks with Instagram filters. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet of hypocrisy, and you're already full, thanks. Don't expect them to love you for this. Bright lights annoy those who prefer the shadows. But feel the weight of that crown of thorns and realize it's made of solid gold. The isolation you feel isn't a pit you fall into. It's the moat that protects your castle. You weren't made to fit in. You were made to observe the structure and understand that fitting in is an illusion for those afraid of floating. So the next time you feel out of place, smile. That displacement is proof that your mind hasn't been colonized yet. You are the observer, the judge, and the executioner of your own illusions. In the end, when the theater lights go out and the actors go home, you'll be the only one who knows how the trick was done. And that, my friend, is the only power that actually matters. But here's the ultimate joke, the one they'll never get. You'll spend the rest of your life pretending to be normal, just to keep the peace. You'll nod at their banalities, you'll smile at their scripted dramas, and you'll play the character they expect you to be. It's the ultimate undercover mission. You're a ghost haunting a world of flesh, a glitch in a system that demands perfect mindless symmetry. And as you watch them scramble for meaning in their little rituals, you'll realize that your isolation isn't a prison, it's a sanctuary. You've seen behind the curtain, and yes, it's empty. But in that emptiness, you are the only one who is actually free to breathe. So keep your secrets, wear your mask. After all, the most dangerous person at the table is the one who sees everything and says absolutely nothing.